question is negative factual information. And these questions are asking you to find the information that is not true or not included in the passage. So for example, you might see questions like the following. According to the passage, which of the following is not true of X? And the author's description of X mentions all of the following except. So let's look at some tips. You might need to, again, scan for a specific detail. Maybe you don't remember it or you don't see it in your notes. In these questions, you will have to look through more of the passage. The choices might be spread out. And remember, the correct answer will directly contradict one or more statements in the passage, or it won't be mentioned at all. So let's take a look at an example. Again, you will have 40 seconds to complete this. So I want you to take 30 to read the text and 10 for the question. This will help you to practice your timing. Ready? Go. So what did you choose? I hope you chose C. That's the correct answer. So let's talk about why. It says that the American chestnut produced lots of nuts. So the loss of trees does not necessarily mean a loss in the tree nuts. However, the American chestnut was not widespread throughout the United States, and there is no mention of the nuts being a harvested crop. Choice A is a restatement of the first sentence in paragraph 3. Some insects became extinct and the wild turkey population drastically declined due to loss of the American chestnut as food and habitat. Choice B restates what is in the second and third sentences of the paragraph. Choice D covers the last sentence in the paragraph. The loss of the American chestnut caused changes, had negative effects upon the land and animals within the environment of where the American chestnut had thrived. So as you can see, C is the best answer. Type 3 are inference questions. So as you remember, we discussed, inferencing is testing your ability to understand ideas that are not explicitly stated in the passage. So perhaps the effect of something is listed, but you will need to infer the cause. So typically you will see the words infer, suggest, or imply in these questions. And they might look like this. Which of the following can be inferred about X? The author of the passage implies that X, and which of the following can be inferred from paragraph 1 about X? So here are some tips. Remember, inferencing is the ability to comprehend an argument or an idea that is strongly suggested, but not explicitly stated. So make sure that your answer does not contradict the main idea of the passage. And don't select an answer just because you think it is important. It must be inferred from the passage to be correct. So here's an example. Again, you have a text and a question, so try to complete the reading in 30 seconds and take 10 seconds to complete the question. So did you choose A? That's the correct answer. So let's look at why. Because penicillin wasn't discovered until 1928, It's logical to assume that more people in the 1920s died from infections that are now treated by penicillin. And B is incorrect because paragraph 1 focuses on the discovery of penicillin, not the side effects. And C is incorrect because Fleming is mentioned in the connection with the discovery, but not because of his work habits. And D is incorrect because neither Fleming or the French scientists shared their ideas with the scientific community. Type 4 are rhetorical purpose questions. Now, the idea of rhetoric is the art of speaking or writing effectively. So with these questions, you will have to determine why the author included a statement or a paragraph in the passage. So for example, questions could look like this. The author discusses X in paragraph 2 in order to. Why does the author mention X? And the author uses X as an example of. So here are some tips. Make sure that you know the definitions of these words or phrases, because these are often descriptions of rhetorical purposes. Definition, example, to illustrate, to explain, to contrast or to refute, to note, to criticize, and function of. So if you know these, you will be able to better understand what is going on in the passage. And generally, these questions focus on the logical links between sentences and paragraphs. So pay close attention to transition elements in the writing. So let's take a look at another example. Again, you'll have 40 seconds to complete this. I want you to take 30 seconds to read and 10 seconds to answer. So go ahead and do that now. What did you choose? I hope you chose A, because that's the correct answer. The point of the passage is to trace the development of jazz music. B is illogical, because European dance music was one of jazz's antecedents, which means it came before jazz. And C is wrong. The author does not explicitly compare European dance music to jazz. And D is also incorrect, because European dance music was familiar to the slave owners, not new and refreshing.